Hey, imagine you're at work and you need to clarify on something or raise a request to someone on your floor. You don't get up and reach out to them in person. Instead, you search for them on a digital collaboration app and send them a message. So, what happened? When did we go from preferring in person conversations to sending a text message to your nearby colleagues? It all began when we started relying more on technologies than our peers. But now we know that technology cannot be blamed entirely. So, in our first episode in Thinking Tech, we will start by exploring and understanding about how technology influences the way how we interact at work. Not long ago, companies had to deal with a lot of paperwork and manage expenses for the client meetings, etc. On top of this, communication across organizations was not that easy. And technologies has helped businesses come a long way. So it's up to the business leaders to take up and keep up with the evolving pace of the technologies and make sure that their companies do not lose out on their profitability, productivity, and security. Back in 2019, did you know that 75% of all companies had used automation tools, and most of these automation processes involved communication? And another 2019 study found that more than 50% of the employees had at least 3 digital collaboration tools. While these tools were meant to create an easy workplace ecosystem, there are often too many, creating chaos. In this world with just technology built into everything, just keeping up with the latest technology is a task of itself. As we adapt to new technologies, the need to have face to face interactions is on the decline. As MIT social psychologist Sherry Turkle pointed out, younger people are more inclined to have text-based conversations more than face-to-face interactions, as it gives them more time to prepare their responses. This can come from a place to present everything perfectly or even due to fear of failure. People fear failure more than they crave winning. But don't you think sharing that idea with your manager or having conversations with your colleague would lead to work on that idea together and improve team bonding and yield better results? Sherry Turkle also revealed that not just in corporations but even among friends, people are comforted by just leaving a voicemail or an email rather than having a face-to-face interaction. Technology has become a shield that we can use to control how much human contact we can have. People are comforted by staying in touch with some, but having the control and power to keep the others at bay. Some research has shown that people who use more technology are prone to have greater anxiety when it comes to face interactions. Younger employees tend to have higher rates of anxiety when compared to their experienced colleagues when it comes to interacting face to face. Managers are finding it difficult to manage their team members remotely, and they don't complete their skill sets entirely. Without in person conversations to foster professional relationships, there's a lot of room to make negative and unfounded assumptions about your colleagues' behavior. Plus, employees have expressed that their skill sets have been questioned and they are expected to be available at all times. And this mistrust is a clear road to having an always on lifestyle. No amount of advanced technology can replace in-depth in-person conversation. Research shows that work hours have increased drastically due to people staying connected to their work even after work hours. This constant accessibility has impacted an individual's ability to separate their professional and personal life. This lifestyle is glorified in a way that we started measuring success by the number of emails we've sent and the number of calls we've taken. But we believe that this communication culture was initially developed to cut down our workload, but in turn, we have very little time to sit and ponder uninterrupted. When faced with complicated problems, we turn to technology to get more time, but we end up spending less time with other people around us. It's a vicious cycle. Here's another interesting fact about an employee's behavior. It's shaped and nurtured by the work culture of the organization and their own culture. Like any veteran CEO would agree, technology is easy, but only people are hard. It's simply unrealistic to keep up with this ever-evolving pace of technology's advancement. But it's not impossible to get a proper work-life balance. Maybe we should try adopting a human-centric approach. Workers, employees take cues from their leaders. If the leader is multitasking and checking their emails while in meetings, so will the team. So if the leader is responding to emails 24/7 with no work-life boundaries, so will the team. So it's up to the leader to maintain a very healthy and a balanced lifestyle with technology so that the team will picture and use technology as a tool but not as a distraction. The real aim of technology is to make sure that employees have a simpler life than before and to equip or make our work life more efficient and allow companies to work on a global level. And we have to make sure how these digital collaborative tools don't impact our productivity and our mental well-being. So what can be done? One, a more interactive culture. When in office, leaders could implement having more face-to-face interactions, because that is when we get a break from screen time. Especially during online meetings, people should refrain from responding to their emails, calls, or text messages and have their notifications off, so that this will help them focus on one task at a time and be more efficient at work. Number two, dissolving the always on lifestyle. Avoid sending emails after work hours. When you send an email after work hours, even though you don't require an immediate response, it creates a sense of pressure for the other person to respond immediately. So maybe we can try something like what the Boston Consultancy Group has done. What started off as a predictable time off has now changed into a global PTO program, predictability teaming, and an open communication program. Here in this program, after the set hours, people are not expected to give their output or stay virtually connected after work hours until their next workday. Number three, communicate thoughtfully. We all want to get our work done and wrap it up quickly. But sometimes when we want to get our work done quickly, we might nudge others' delicate work-life balance. So at times like this, before sending a digital communication, we need to consider whether it's completely necessary. So by now, it's clearly understood that digital communication at work has a significant role to play, with definitely having more positives than the challenges. But we cannot undo the changes we have brought on by adopting new technologies. We may be vulnerable to the negative effects of the technology, but we don't have to settle with them. And once we find a way to crack how to use technology in a better way as an organization, we're on our way to reclaiming conversations as humans and improving productivity at work. And this brings us to the end of episode 1 of Thinking Tech from ManageEngine Insights. Are you interested in learning more about the insights of our latest technological advancements? Join our Insights community and get recommended insights each month. And hey, don't forget to check out a recently crafted e-magazine, Digital Life. See you in the next episode.